Alan here. I am a quantum health coach, a yoga teacher, and a stage 3 back cancer survivor. I help entrepreneurs to get rid of overwhelming stress so they can create unstoppable energy and emotional clarity. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that was extremely important in my healing journey, and it still is, which is the compounding effect of the small changes. Now, when people want to, let's say, change a habit or change their physical state, let's say change their diet, they want to go from 0 to 100. They by themselves, like a diet program or perhaps a book or perhaps a plan that gets them from going to 0 to 100, making all the changes at once. And this is why I believe most people fail, right? For me, I was forced to making small changes. I couldn't make any big changes, and I couldn't make like lots of changes at once either during chemotherapy. My body was so weak, and on top of that, I had my family, 2 kids and my husband, that I wanted them to come in this journey with me. So, I couldn't all of a sudden, put my kids on a diet, right? The exercise was the same thing. I wasn't able to just go and exercise hardcore. I needed to build up on my strength physically. And how I did that, I really started changing some small things. And I remember very, very vividly the time that I stopped eating sugar, refined sugar. So my husband came with my coffee in the morning. I was in bed feeling sick as hell during chemotherapy, and my coffee had milk, dairy, and sugar, 2 sugars. And I had received actually a text from a friend who is a doctor in Brazil, and she had said to me, Angelica, stay away from sugar and stay away from really fatty foods. I had stage 3 bowel cancer. I needed to look after my gut, right? So what I did was, at that moment, I made a decision. I am no longer going to add sugar to my coffee. Now, it sounds like a small change. It sounds like a change that it's not going to make a difference. But, that led me to not eat any refined sugar today. Obviously I did that a lot earlier than today. Today is kind of 4 years on. I probably stopped eating refined sugar in the first 2 or 3 months of chemotherapy, but that was the start. I really want to talk about the profound effect of changing one small thing that can lead into a big thing. How many people in this world can say that they don't eat any refined sugar, right? Refined sugar it's everywhere. People are addicted to it these days, right? In every product, savory or sweet, they add refined sugar, by different forms of it, like corn syrup or, in crisps and things like that, in packages, so it's everywhere, in seasoning, sauces and things like that. So it was a massive change, as a result of that. For example, I never ate any more tomato sauce, which they have sugar in it, so little things like that, I started implementing them to the point that I was no longer eating refined sugar. Now, I know what you're thinking, Angelica, but I eat sugar all the time. I love chocolate, I love cookies. Like, how can you do this? Like everything that I eat's got sugar on it. Perhaps don't start there. If you are trying to change your most challenging habit, at first is going to be really difficult. So I just written down some things which I believe that are really, really important in this process of making small changes that compound into a massive result, right? So the first one is one small change at a time. Like I said, there's sugar in my coffee. I stopped that. The next thing was, I'm not eating any more tomato sauce, and before you don't have any sugar in your diet, right? So the second one is, don't start with your most difficult habit. So if sugar is your most difficult habit, then don't start there. Start with something different, introducing more vegetables at lunchtime or something like that, right? Or replacing your cookies with a piece of fruit first, so then you eat less cookies. So something that is going to be small, but that is going to be a step forward towards the end result. And the third one is keep building up with small changes. Again, it was very easy for me to go like, okay, well, I've started getting some wins. At the beginning of the chemotherapy, I started spending less time in bed, spending more days that I felt good. It would be really easy to push myself too much, or to making, to exercise more. And to force my body. But again, I didn't. I respect where I was at, and I kept making these small changes. And before I knew, I had a massive result. I was able to finish 12 sessions of chemotherapy feeling stronger than I started, right? 40 years on, I have never been as healthy as I am today, and I'm 42 years old, and I've got 2 kids. So, age, kids, cancer, it doesn't really play a part on my health. What plays a part in my health is the habits I practice every day. And I started with small habits. And if I did it, you can do it too. So guys, I really hope this is helpful to you. If you are at a place that you are either facing an illness like I was, or you are facing a change in life, and you want to really to tackle some of the habits that you've had that haven't benefited you. As an entrepreneur, I found that having a fit and strong and healthy body, it's really, really beneficial for, the discipline and the things that I need to do on a day-to-day basis. Most entrepreneurs are running from a place of lack, lack of energy, a lack of strength, physically, because they're running themselves to the ground instead of filling their cups each day. I am super passionate about this. I always say that my burnout came with cancer. I don't want anybody to be what I have been. This is why I am super passionate about my business. So if you are in a place that you want to see some changes, really follow this through, because the small changes can compound into a massive result. Hopefully this is helpful to you. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Forward this to a friend if you believe that somebody needs to listen to this message today. Subscribe if you don't want to miss on the next video. And if you are in a place in your life that you are really ready and willing and committed to changing your habits so you can change your life, there is a link below that you can book a call with myself. So let's have a chat to see if we are a good fit. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.